Hey, how's it going, everyone? I hope all is well and everybody is having a good day. It is Saturday, April 9th, 2022. Want to give a big shout out to one of my best friends. Have a very happy birthday, Luke, man. I hope you get wild tonight and you don't do what I do. Because I guess that would kind of make you a little bit crazy then, wouldn't it? So, it's 55 degrees out. I do have to be careful. I think it is turkey hunting season right now. I did have a dog following me earlier. Maybe he got scared and left. Not sure where he went. I'm always amazed when I see pine trees in Iowa. I expected it to be all bushwhacking out here. They should be glad I don't turkey hunt, because I'd be a turkey hunting champion. I've already seen like 3 or 4 of them. I always keep telling myself, one of these days, I'm gonna go somewhere and I'm not gonna find any trash. But the day has yet to come, but it will someday. Since it's so early out, we're actually in a bit of an exploring mode, so I'm actually trying to find the Boone River. So that's my goal, is to find the Boone River and kind of find a campsite near there. Not on it, but maybe within view. So I think it's out here, but I have to find it. Got some beautiful oak trees up there. Very grand. What do you guys think? Do you would you agree that spring has taken a little bit longer to start up this year? I don't think the camera can really pick it up, but that's the Boone River Valley below. Check this out. And here is the Boone River down there. And here's what appears to be a campsite. Wonder what exactly this would be. It's not a campsite. So what I've decided I'm going to do is I'm going to keep moving, even though that is a strong possibility of camping there tonight. Instead, what we're going to do for now is we're going to go down to this river and check it out. Freshly split. Let's get a closer peek of the river. Okay guys, I hope you can see this. We made an exciting discovery. This is known as Virginia Bluebells, also known as Virginia cowslip, lungwort, oyster leaf. It's a spring plant. It peaks in April here, so you can only find these in April. They're native to eastern North America, and they have a history of use as a medicine with Native Americans. That includes I believe it was pulmonary aid, even tuberculosis, whooping cough. It was an infusion antidote for poison. So this plant has a long history right here. It's known as Virginia Bluebells, is what I know it as, Virginia Bluebells. So that's an exciting find, guys. Here we can see even more of them. By May, these will all be kind of dying off. It's only a spring plant. They peak in May, they start in March. This is a pretty fun find. This is a fungi known as the Scarlet Elf Cup, and you can see how it gets its name with that deep, beautiful, rich red there. That kind of radiates from the inside of the fungi, so that's pretty cool. Neat little find. There's another one right there. The Scarlet Elf Cup. So I just wanted to fill you guys in real quick on that Scarlet Elf Cup. It's actually a pretty rare mushroom. It doesn't grow in huge numbers. It's usually found on decaying sticks in the forest and in foliage, stuff like that. It is considered edible, inedible, and not recommended over time. It grows in such low numbers that it really doesn't matter anyway, but it does have a use in medicine. Like something you'd put under a bandage if you got cut or something like that. So it does have a little bit of uses. It's also been used as table decorations, believe it or not. What they did when they used it as medicine is they'd crush it up into a powder and grind it and pretty much use it as a paste. So it's only found in March and April. So if you want to find one, you better go quick. Can you see it? There's another Scarlet Elf Cup right there. Oh, I suppose we're at about mile 3.5, and I'm really starting to feel the weight of this pack. I have to carry all my own water since you can't filter any of it in Iowa, so the pack weight ends up being quite immense most of the time. Oh, so I'm gonna have to break camp. My back just hurts. All right, guys, I think this is gonna be our home for the night. I'm gonna pack up in the space we have right here. Pretty wide and open, so should be a good campsite for us. So we ended up doing about 3.5 miles on this hike. I'm actually out here in a timber. It's a county park. It's about a couple hundred acres. I've always wanted to come out here, and I finally just got my car fixed so I can finally drive out here again. And so I finally got to do something that I wanted to do, I suppose all the way back in January, I suppose. In a couple of months, or maybe just a month, this place will probably be tick infested. So I'm glad I finally got it fixed and get out here. So with that being said, what my plan is I'm gonna start a fire and I'm gonna make lunch because I'm pretty hungry, and gonna get my tent set up, get everything squared away, and get to camping. So with that being said, I'm gonna start all that good old camping stuff. So let's get to her. Okay guys, I didn't bring any tent stakes, and that's because I wanted to test my knife. On previous trips, I dulled the blade really bad. You could actually look at the edge and see chips and stuff on it. And so I actually bought a whetstone and I learned how to sharpen my own knives. So I finally got my knife sharpened up again, and I pretty much just want to test it out and see how it works. So let's see if there's any difference. So I got this pretty green stick here I'm gonna try it out with. Sharpens a little bit better. Still think it could use a lot of work though. A dull knife is a dangerous knife, so I'm gonna keep learning how to sharpen my knives back up. It's gonna be pretty important. But I think that steak looks pretty decent, so I'm gonna make a couple more. So I found this right here. It's actually kind of green, but I found it on the ground, so it was already destroyed by something, so I'm gonna use it because green steaks are actually better, but I would never actually kill something just to use them. Sharpens a lot better too, easier. I can actually kind of smell the green on it still. I feel bad, but I wasn't the one who killed it. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit disappointed in the sharpness of the knife. I expected it to do a lot more than it did and to cut easier a lot more than it did. So over the next week, I'm gonna have to go back and get on some more YouTube and learn how to sharpen some knives. So to live and learn, you know, I didn't expect to be an expert at the beginning, so that's fine. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna tarp it tonight. I'm officially not gonna tarp it. I know I always say I'm not gonna tarp it, but this time I'm not, because I want to do an experiment. I want to see how wet it will actually get in the morning without a tarp on. It's supposed to be clear tonight, so no chance of rain. So there's really no reason why I should have to tarp this. Might even get some stars, so that would be kind of cool. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna work on my kindling, because the shelter's set up. I mean, it was that easy. It's not that hard to set up the sleeping pad and sleeping bag, so I'm just gonna do that when I go to bed, or pretty much when I feel like it. So let's do the fun part. Let's get that fire started. Let's get to her. If I can get it, shoot any sparks. There we go. See them? So I'm gonna use this to start the fire tonight, or pretty soon. I'm gonna get the kindling ready. I just wanted to show you guys, I finally got a ferro rod. As you guys can see here, we got a lot of grass, so this stuff is gonna be easily ignitable. So I'm gonna collect a little bit and make a bit of a bird's nest with it. So I'm pretty lucky living in Iowa that I got plenty of grass like this, so shouldn't be a problem getting a fire started. Since there's already a patch of dirt here, if I have a fire, it shouldn't harm the ground very much. So I'm gonna have my fire here. There's my tent over there. So it's a safe distance away. I have a good dry kindling here that we're gonna be able to use. This is actually pretty damp, so that looks dry, but it's not gonna be worth anything. Okay, as you guys can see, I have a pretty decent assortment of kindling here. Got a bunch of dry stuff here. I don't think this should be that hard. Let's see if we can get her going. As you can see, that wasn't too hard. It's actually burning a little bit quicker than I expected it to, so I'm gonna have to get to work on getting some more firewood pretty quick, or I think it could burn out. Other than that, I got that going quite easily. So I was actually pretty impressed. Let's get some firewood. I think that's looking good, guys. Bon appetit. So we really don't have a whole ton to do out here right now because we already have the tent set up right over there. We have our fire set up. I want it small. I don't need it big, so I don't need to collect a whole ton of firewood. And I think we're just gonna maybe go on a hike later. We'll see about that. Maybe though. We'll go and do some more identifying. See if we can find some more species that are popping up as spring comes along. And let's see what's out there. There's always a mystery and I want to find it. So that's the beauty of summer. More daylight. Okay, we're gonna try some Land O'Lakes caramel and chocolate cocoa mix. Here we go. That's gonna be good right there. I just want to say, guys, this stuff is ridiculously good. Okay, so I'm feeling a lot better after eating a little bit of ramen noodles there. Drinking some hot caramel chocolate cocoa, apple, got some water. Feeling a lot better now, so I'm gonna head on down to the river. Spend a little bit of time down there, just watching it. I'm kind of wondering if this should have been the spot right here. It's so flat here. All I would have had to do is clear out some sticks. Would have been pretty close to the river. But I'm already set up. What I'm pretty much doing is just looking for anything that kind of catches my eye, because I want to see if I can identify it. But for the most part, there's still not a whole lot that's sprouted up yet for us to look for. Found the red scarlet and the Virginia bluebell, I think it was, so far, but not much else. So this stuff right here makes some pretty excellent fire starter. It's like sawdusty stuff, so we're gonna collect some of this. A lot of that good stuff. This will help us get the fire started again later when we get back to camp. I just want to take a minute to dedicate this episode to somebody I know that could really use some prayers and is going through some really tough times right now, and it just makes me try to remember the things that I need to be grateful for when I'm not happy, because it could always be a lot worse for me, and your health is what's most important. So, and you know, just a lot to think about. So to anyone struggling out there, keep a good spirit, and it's always one day at a time. So I just wanted to take 1 minute to just dedicate basically a part of my video to you. I'm thinking about you, and I hope you get well. So until then, I'll talk to you later. Well, guys, you could say that was a bit awkward. DNR just found me down by the river, and he said, "What are you up to?" And I said, "No, just like looking for birds and plants, flowers, insects, that type of thing." And he goes, "You camping?" I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "You're not supposed to be camping down here." And I said, "Really? I did my research, and as far as I know, you can camp down here." I said, "There's not even any signs that say no camping." And he goes, "Well, it's turkey season, so you need to get out of here," basically is what he said. I said, "Well, I'm not a jerk or anything, so I'm not gonna, fight it. If I'm not allowed, I'm not allowed, so I'll leave." And he basically goes, "Yeah, you better." And so now we gotta find a different place to camp, which isn't a big deal, I guess, because I didn't have a lot of the stuff packed up anyways. Alright, it only took me literally like 2 minutes to pack up that campsite. I guess one of the benefits of not having the tarp on. I didn't film it, even though I was holding the GoPro in my hand. For all he knew, I was recording it, so. But I wasn't, because I didn't want to push my luck, because as far as I know, you can get a ticket for that kind of stuff. This wasn't even supposed to be a stealth camp, is the funny part. I literally didn't know. I guess you're not allowed to for some reason. There's almost always signs. There's always signs. Like 99% of the time, there's signs telling you whether you can or can't, and there's no signs. I said that to him, but he just kind of disregarded it, so it's like whatever, I guess. No, not a huge deal to me. I'll just probably, have to drive 20-30 minutes and go find a spot that I kind of know, so. Bummer. Oh well. Okay, guys, we just drove for about 20 minutes. We're at our new destination. We totally left that place. If they want to not play by the rules, whatever the rules are, I honestly did my due diligence to try to look it up and make sure I was doing the right thing, but win some, you lose some. So this place, though, I know you can camp in, so it shouldn't be a problem. In fact, I'm gonna show you guys something cool. As you guys can see, this is a pretty cool place, isn't it? You know what? We might come down here in the morning and hang out for a bit, but for now we gotta get camp set up and get out and get moving, because sunset is coming. This is kind of a monster of a hill right here. Oh, good Lord. Lord have mercy. This sucks. Some caught my eye over here. Let's find out what it is. Okay, this is dope. So I found this abandoned campsite, basically. You can see all the fire rings. Here's a bunch of wood that I can tell has been chopped or collected, followed by even more wood here. So we're good. We got all the work already done for us, so we're just gonna set up the tent and get cooking. Make up for lost time. Time updated is about 7:05 p.m. It's 55 degrees and dropping. It's supposed to get to about a low of 36 degrees tonight. That's around 1 to 2 to 3 Celsius for people that might be watching this from other parts of the world. I have no idea, but yeah, that's about what temperature it is. So honestly, pretty mild. Not gonna be bad. So I got the tent set up. I spared you the details on round 2, so we're gonna go for fire now. So what's interesting about this campsite is that it's actually the same day. DNR did kick me out, but I refused to give up. I drove somewhere else. But the conditions here are different. It's actually wet down here. We don't have a whole lot of prairie grass. The leaves are wet. So to start the fire with the ferro rod is going to require some creativity. So let's see what we can come up with. Look, it's another Scarlet. Found another. Met my new friends out here. How's it going, guys?
What's up?
They're cool shit. They actually know me from another person that used to live around here. How crazy is that? We'll see if we hear anything.
It's tough to do. There you go, more firewood.
Holy shit.
I don't think you got to worry about that one tonight.
Hey Caleb, Andrew, it was nice to meet you. I had a lot of fun talking to you guys. You guys were a blast. It was pretty cool to just see like-minded folk out here just having fun. So anyways, we're gonna get to camping, gonna get to cooking. It's 8:39, so it's a late one. It's cooling down out here. It's probably about 45 degrees or so. I'm not totally sure, but it is cooling down. So it's nice right next to the fire here, and we're gonna get cozy. Before I get into cooking, I wanted to give a shout out to Random Wanderer. You suggested that I try and feature a local Iowa beer, and I happened to agree and thought that was a good idea instead of just drinking that garbage Pabst. So with that being said, I want to introduce you all to tonight's beer. I've never had it before. This is new to me, so we're going to try it together. I'm going to read the name of the bottle. It is Black Road Oatmeal Stout. It's 12 ounces in a bottle. There is no description, but it is brewed and packaged by Millstream Brewing Company in Amana, Iowa. Amana, Iowa. Also, you might be familiar with the Amana colonies. It's also famous for that, so kind of excited to try this. It's 6.7% alcohol by volume, so I'm gonna find out how to get this open. Let's give her a drink. Okay guys, we finally got this open, so I'm gonna go ahead and smell it. It smells creamy, decadent, malty, milky. Smell a lot of chocolate. Definitely your oatmeal in there. I'm kind of excited to try this. That's good. That's good. I'm gonna take another drink. That's the spot right there. I'm going to sit on this and let my thoughts articulate, so to speak. And I'll fill you in on what I think of the flavor and stuff later. I think those are gonna be really good. I can't wait to get them on the pan, so let's do that. It's gonna be done soon, and I tell you what, I think it's gonna be delicious. Can't wait to dig in and get some grub in because I'm a hungry man. Excuse me. The stars are out tonight. It's a beautiful night. I think it's gonna be a banger. So you never know what's gonna happen in a day. So this day ended up being a very interesting one of the more interesting ones that happened in a long time. So okay, that's looking like it's gonna be done soon. By the way, I slammed that black oatmeal stout because it was delicious. It was so good. I'm gonna have more on that later. I'm gonna dig into this food. It's pretty much done, so I'm actually just gonna take it off. I'm gonna let it cool, and then I'm gonna eat it later. So that's gonna be so good. That right there was very tender, and it is so good. Wow, I wish I could share it with you guys. I honestly do. Look what we brought. We got some more Black Label jalapeno bacon because it was on sale and it was so good last weekend that I wanted it again. So we're gonna cook some up. Let's try not to burn it this time, by the way. I really wish I could share with you guys because this stuff is delicious. Hey guys, just wanted to give you an update. It is 9:30 and after I put on this coat, it started to feel so much better out. It is amazing outside. It is a perfect time to camp and it is just beautiful outside. I'm really having a good time, and I'm just cooking some bacon, this jalapeno bacon. I'm cooking some more of that chicken wrapped bacon. I love bacon. Love everything about bacon. So we're just gonna keep cooking, chilling. Mate, can you see my breath? Maybe not, but it's pretty nice out. It's early spring. I'm having a good time, and I hope you guys are too. I'll check you in a bit. I doubt the GoPro can see this, but there are like eyeballs looking back at me. I don't know what they are. Like, are they raccoons? This place is a bit more wild than I expected it to be. I'll give it that. It left. Not getting my bacon. I don't know why, but I feel pretty drunk off like one beer. It's weird. It's just been a long day, so. Weird day. It's been a weird week. Weird weekend. Gotta appreciate the artwork on these cans or bottles. Final thoughts on the Back Road Oatmeal Stout by the Mana. Brewed and packaged by Millstream Brewing Company in Amana, Iowa. So, it's a strong beer. It's got a thick, strong, kind of a bitter aftertaste. But the first sip is sweet. It's delicate. It's rich, it's luxurious, it's really just delicate and sweet. But the aftertaste is strong, tough, bitter. Really makes you know that you're drinking a stout. So, with that being said, I'm very impressed with this beer. This beer is not for you if you don't like strong beers, but for me, this beer is a strong 4.1 out of 5. 4.1 out of 5 on the oatmeal stout. Back Road Oatmeal Stout. That's a strong beer. That's a good beer. I recommend it. You can't see me, guys, but the time is 11:20. It's about 38 degrees. Excuse me, I have the hiccups. It's about 38 degrees outside, and I am so tired, and I didn't get to finish cooking everything, but that's fine. I'll cook it for dinner tomorrow, and I let the fire die out. I'm laying in the tent now. There is no tarp, so we're gonna see what it looks like in the morning as far as like condensation and wetness is concerned. So that's gonna be pretty interesting. It's a quarter moon tonight, so we do have a little bit of light. And other than that, I will update you if anything happens overnight. And you all have a good night. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll check y'all in the morning. Peace. I just woke up a little bit early, guys. There's animals out there. It's about 4 in the morning right now. I'm gonna go back to sleep. I'll catch you guys in a bit. Good morning, guys. It's about 9 a.m. and it's so windy out right now. It's windier than heck, but I'm pretty much protected in this valley, I guess you would call it. Oh, excuse me. Time for some coffee. Coffee time. Cheers. That is good. Dang, it's a mess in my tent. I'm gonna have to get all of this cleaned up and get out of here. It's gonna be a little bit of work, but it's about 40 something degrees, so we actually already skipped the worst part of the temps, which happened at about, I don't know, 3 in the morning. We got it down into the 70s, or excuse me, 30s. We're so lucky we're got a bit of a wind block. We'd be getting slaughtered right now. I tell you what, guys, I am so happy we're not up that hill like I was originally going to be, because while it's calm right now, it is absolutely windy today, and we'd be getting just obliterated up there. So I'm pretty happy we're down here right now. That being said, let's get to making some bacons. That's good. I'm gonna dig into that and enjoy, folks. So I've been thinking about last night, and I've come to convince myself that the only reason DNR kicked me out was because the place I was at, first of all, it was in the country. It wasn't even by a town. I finally got my car fixed, so I was able to drive a bit out to a place where I've always wanted to go, as I kind of explained earlier in the video. Well, I guess what my point is that around these parts, people really get particular about land. Like, they almost act like they own the public land. And the trailhead to this place was around a couple of big farms, you know, and it's mushroom hunting season in Iowa. It's turkey hunting season. There's a lot of reasons why people wouldn't want me to be out on that land, because I reason they want the mushrooms and turkeys for themselves, and they're afraid of the competition from the public. But the thing is I was only camping. I don't even mushroom or turkey hunt. I think that the people that lived there saw me, got upset that I was there, and called DNR on me. And I feel like maybe they have some pull with them or something, because I really did research that place, and I never saw one thing that said you couldn't camp out there. And I do a lot of research, and there's always signs. There's always signs. It's like 99% of the time there's signs. Now I'm saying there's a 1% chance there's not, because I just encountered it. And maybe that's why I didn't get in trouble for it, you know? Maybe I had a good point, and that's why he didn't give me a ticket. So, I don't know. That's kind of my thoughts on it. So, I think that in the small parts around here, people have more pull with the government. So, it's the way it is, I guess. I tell you what, folks, it is a lot easier to pack up a campsite when it's above 40 degrees out. Ironically enough, we were still able to camp along the Boone River. It just so happens that if I were to follow this exact river all the way south, I'd end up back at the same place DNR kicked me out of. Take one last look at our campsite here. This is where basically you can see where I slept right there. That dry spot. Really good piece of ground for that too, actually. Here is the fireplace. Somebody actually already had the ring made, so I didn't make this ring, but I did break it in. I can tell well, I actually met the guys that made this campsite. They came over. You guys actually seen a bit of them, so kind of interesting. I don't usually find the people that actually make the campsites that I come across, so that was kind of a new one. We started moving some of the leaves from around the campsite. Pretty smart, actually. Now the ground is, this dirt was actually wet yesterday, and with leaves moved, it exposed it, and it's drying out, so actually ended up being kind of smart. All right, time to get out of here. The only thing left for me to pack is that Rockstar energy drink. Other than that, everything's packed up. This has actually been one of my top probably 10 favorite campsites, because I've seen a lot of them now, but this is easily top 5 or 10. There's just something about this place that I actually really like, even though it's nothing too crazy. It just, when it's not windy, you can actually hear the river pretty loudly, and it's really relaxing. So, let's get out of here. The hike out has started.
knew there wouldn't be much risk of the car not being there this time, so no worries there. I made her back, however, though, and wasn't harassed by DNR at the second camp out, so that's a plus. And I want to thank you so much for joining me. I know this one was a little bit odd. There was a little bit of stuff that kept happening. You know, DNR showing up, the two random dudes. They were cool, but, you know, it was just like a random occurrence, and it kind of, you just have to go with the flow, I guess, so to speak. So, should make for an interesting video. And I'm kind of excited about it. So it's a little bit different, and I'm happy with the way it turned out. And with that being said, I hope you guys all get outside. You all enjoy yourselves. Do what you want to do. As always, do what makes you happy. And thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. If you have anything to say, please comment, leave it down. I'll read it and reply. And with that being said, I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.